back from a food innovation conference, and it was really interesting. Just a bit of a disclaimer before I get into this. All of these things I'm about to say are just my own opinions, my own beliefs, and they don't necessarily have to resonate with you. The thing I wanted to really just pour out there were these food trends, and I shouldn't say food trends, I should call them the market trends right now. And what was really interesting was the fact that all of these trends are really taking us away from what's naturally grown. So our crops, our produce, vegetables, fruits, natural meats, all of these different things, right? Or whole foods. Taking us away from that idea and moving us into these products. So when I say products, I'm meaning our convenience foods, our prepackaged foods, our treats, our snacks, anything really that you cannot get on the peripheral of the grocery store. One of the trends is convenience. Convenience, because of our busy lifestyles, will always be a trend in my opinion until we slow it down, right? A lot of people don't have time to cook. I'm one of those people. I don't really enjoy cooking. So I'm a big fan of convenience as well. We had examples from the UK, from the US, from China, Japan, Canada obviously, but this one really stuck with me. So rather than having to buy a bagel, put it in the toaster, let it pop up and slather on your cream cheese, you can actually go to the store and buy a pre-packaged, pre-cheesed bagel. So to me, that is so freaking bizarre, right? Like, that is just so weird. These foods have expiry dates. These foods will perish. So obviously, in order to have them manufactured, put into a store, and get into your home in how long, I don't really know, but you've got to consider that there's got to be preservatives, there's got to be some weird funky science going on in there so that that food looks and tastes okay. What do they do to it? We don't really know, but people are still buying it. And that's the concern, is that we don't actually know what's going on, but we know that it tastes okay and it smells okay and it looks okay. But so does a burger and fries from McDonald's. Someone did a test, they put their fries out for almost a full year and there was not even a speck of mold on those fries. They were fine. It's just bizarre, right? So you would assume that after a year of those fries sitting on the counter, that's not good for you. But if you didn't know they were sitting there for a year, who knows, right? You'd eat them. You'd be like, oh, I love McDonald's fries, that's awesome. But that's kind of my point, is that we're not necessarily informing and educating ourselves. Instead, we're just kind of trusting others to do that and to do that due diligence for us and to sell us products that are actually good for us. Foodies are all the rage right now, right? If you live in a big city, you've probably, if you're a foodie, you've been to all the different restaurants, all the different ethnic foods you love to try, you're adventurous, you like to travel and try these foods. Foodies are all over. And what they've done for foodies in this new market trend is taking all of these really amazing dishes and going, let's put this in a nice little convenient package, put it in the freezer. And then all you have to do, you go to the store, take it out of the freezer, put it in the microwave, ding, and you have your authentic, maybe international, cultural dish. But it's not the same. At the end of the day, I looked at all of these different trends, and there was about 10, right? So there's 10 top trends. We have different things like textures, so they're combining different textures. For example, you've got like the smooth, chocolate-covered, gooey candy, right? Again, this isn't necessarily stuff that's good for you, but it's stuff that will sell. But the thing that was kind of disappointing to me was not once did one of these trends really shift the way that food is made and consumed and the way that we talk about food. Instead, the shift was, how can we sell more? How can we change things so that we can sell more and, capture people in that way? And it wasn't about nutrition. It wasn't about natural. It wasn't about organic. That's what we care about. We care about these things, but we don't care enough to really push those companies to change. So I just encourage you to educate yourself, right? We, the consumers, we control the market. So if we don't buy that stuff, then they don't make that stuff. Think about your choices you're making, your consumer choices, and realize the power you have to shift the way that we talk about food, the way we feel about food, and understand that food should be fuel first. I'm thinking fuel, I'm like food, fuel. That's exactly what it should be first. So if you're not fueling your body, really, why are you consuming all of these different things? You need to think about nutrition, you need to think about, and you don't need to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But for your own well-being, I really urge you to. Again, my opinion, totally personal. I don't affiliate with anyone on these different opinions. This is just kind of my beliefs and my positioning on all of it. So thank you for listening. Please leave your feedback. I'm going to end it here. So have a great day, and we'll talk soon.